What's up, guys? It is AF here, and yo, welcome back to another video. So, we are going to be reacting to what if the worst asteroids from the past hit Earth. And obviously, I'm doing this because I don't know what to react to. So, we're gonna do this. I don't know what the fuck this is gonna be about anyway.
50,000 years ago, a space rock slammed into Earth and made a big boom. This meteorite was only about 50 meters wide, but it weighed a whopping 300,000 tons.
Damn.
When it smashed down into the ground, it flattened everything in the vicinity. It left a crater so lunar-like that astronauts trained there before landing on the moon. Yeah. This is Meteor Crater in Arizona, and there have been many impacts like this one in the long history of Earth. If this meteorite were to slam into New York today, it would destroy most of the city. The impact would leave a crater 1.3 kilometers wide, but the fireball would spread further. Everything within 1.7 kilometers of the impact zone would burn. Even on the outskirts of New York City, the windows would shatter and many people would perish. It would take years to recover from this disaster.
No
but
shit.
this is nowhere close to the size of some of the largest asteroid impacts Earth has seen. Some of them were so gigantic that if they smashed into us today, they would cause our extinction. Most of these asteroids crashed when Earth was very young. Well, at least in planetary years. Some 2.2 billion years ago, a pretty big asteroid made its way down to Earth, where Australia is now. It left the oldest confirmed crater on our planet. Yarrabubba crater doesn't look like much today, but when it made its fatal landing, it shook the planet quite a lot. Yarrabubba scarred the continent with a crater 70 kilometers wide.
Damn.
It wiped out everything in its way with a massive shockwave. Scientists even think it helped end the ice age that Earth was going.
No joke, I really hope none of this shit happens in our lifetime. Because, like, dude, that would suck. That would so suck. Just imagine tomorrow we hear the news. Asteroid on the loose.
Going through by creating so much vapor that it changed the climate. Now, imagine this giant landing on Earth today. If it hit Australia again and left a 70-kilometer crater there, the fireball would spread for 130 kilometers in all directions. If it set a course for New York, it would decimate the entire city. Even on the outskirts, everything would be on fire, and you'd get third-degree burns.
Jeez.
But things could get so much worse if an asteroid even larger than that hit us. Like the one that crashed into Earth 1.8 billion years ago. This giant comet punctured the ground and shattered the rock. It left a crater 130 kilometers wide, where Canada is today. We call this crater Sudbury Basin, and it's one of the largest asteroid impacts Earth has seen in its history.
Wow.
1.8 billion years ago was a violent time for our planet. The atmosphere was changing and continents were on the move, shaking and rupturing the land on their way. Massive asteroid collisions were part of a regular day back then. Now, if this comet hit us today, it would be a total doomsday scenario. Yeah, if the Sudbury Basin impactor landed on New York City today, well, there wouldn't be a New York City. It would feel like being caught in an earthquake that measured an 11 on the Richter scale. Everything would be shaking from this immense and loud shockwave. And everything 300 kilometers from the impact would instantly ignite.
That's
This
crazy.
is what the impact would look like if it landed in France. Yeah, there's no chance you're surviving this, and we haven't even got to the biggest impact yet. It's time for the dinosaur wiping asteroid. 65 million years ago, an asteroid at least 10 kilometers wide smashed into Earth where Mexico is now and violently ended the era of giant reptiles. Now, imagine that same impact today and, well, yeah, it would be incredibly violent. The asteroid would leave a crater 180 kilometers wide, and the fireball? Well, the fireball would burn everything in a 450-kilometer radius. If this asteroid hit New York, its effects would spread as far as Canada. And the impact would be so painfully loud that it would deafen you. You wouldn't just hear it, you'd feel violent vibrations in your entire body. And if this big space rock doubled down on Mexico, well, much of the country would see the same fate the region saw when the dinosaurs died. Enormous shockwaves would cause widespread destruction hundreds of kilometers beyond the impact site. And just like 65 million years ago, the impact would cause a massive tsunami. Okay, it's bad, really bad, but let's finally get to our #1 largest impact in history.
Let it out.
Cue the Vredefort asteroid, the largest, almost the oldest, and the most terrifying space event on our planet's record. 2 billion years ago, a gigantic asteroid slammed into where South Africa is today. It obliterated everything. It likely changed the Earth's climate. And it most definitely killed whatever lived here before the dinosaurs. This same impact today would bring enormous death and destruction. This deadly space rock would obliterate everything for hundreds of kilometers. The crater from the impactor would be as wide as 300 kilometers, and the fireball would spread for 750 kilometers in all directions. Intense shockwaves would rush across the continent. Add to this tsunamis, earthquakes, and wildfires, and this would be a horrifying disaster. Nothing in the area could survive this. But what's worse is that the disaster wouldn't end there. All the debris, dust, and gases from the impact would block the sunlight and pollute the atmosphere. We'd be like the dinosaurs during their last days. Temperatures would plummet. The sudden climate change would cause a massive extinction event. Earth would become a pretty barren place. And humanity might not be able to come back from this. Maybe it's best to nuke an asteroid like this before it ever reaches Earth. But that's a story for another What If.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I think if any asteroid like that would fuck us up, we wouldn't survive none of that shit. Really. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on Friday with the Five Nights at Freddy's. Hopefully we get past that night. But yeah, usually I'll do a video kind of something like this for now, but that's really it. But yeah, we'll be back on track with the Five Nights at Freddy's next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, smash that like button, subscribe. Don't forget, turn on your post notifications so you guys do not miss a video. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.